Tape Deck Media.
Welcome to another issue of Panel Picks, the show where we talk about new comic book day, comic book related news, and everything in between that's related to nerd culture. I am your host, Dan Bublish Jr., and with me as always is our beautiful co-host, Jeremy Plum. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Happy to be here.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. There looks like some fun stuff coming out this week.
Yeah.
We wanted to put out an episode this week, so we're putting this out. Just want to let everybody know this is going to be a shorter than normal episode because I was on the road the last weekend. Jeremy's been busy with stuff, and our schedules weren't quite lining up this week, but we wanted to put something out there. So we're just going to skip right to new comic book day after we catch up a little bit. So How was your weekend?
It was a good week. I mean, had some stuff, just helping out family, did a garage sales because we're getting ready for the move.
Fun. Do you have a timeline on that?
I'll let you know when I know.
Okay. Just still getting ready, but.
Yep. Waiting for some paperwork to finish up.
Oh, all that fun stuff. Oh yeah. The splendors of moving. I know all about that because I just moved into a new place a few months ago. So,
Yep.
And now I think my air conditioner doesn't work very well. I don't think it cools very well. Oof. So I'm gonna have to put in a maintenance request to have that looked at.
That's a good move. Yeah.
Yeah, but otherwise, my weekend was good. I did some shows up in South Dakota, which was fun. I didn't get any time though because it was like drive. Do show drive. I didn't get to go to any cool comic book shops or anything, so a little sad about that. But
I did one cool thing actually. It was Pride this weekend in Benson, right where I live, and me and my partner, we got to go out and celebrate Pride, and we got to see my twin. They made a play that celebrated queer joy and coming out, and that was nice. It was nice to just kind of do that and not be on or anything, and just kind of enjoy who I am and enjoy people I love.
That's fantastic. Beautiful. Yeah. Well, should we jump into new comic book day?
Woohoo. Yeah, let's do it.
Well, all right, let's jump into new comic book day. All right.
Yeah.
We got some hot picks this week. I think the way it worked out, just because I put them in alphabetical order, all my picks ended up being right up at top. Yours were all on bottom, but that's just the alphabet.
Another weird thing is, I think you picked out one that I'm going to really love, and I picked out one you're gonna love.
Yep. Exactly. That is exactly it. I saw that on your when you sent me the pictures, and I was like, "Oh, that little bugger."
Yeah.
Well, like I said, there's a lot of fun stuff coming out, but these are our picks. My first pick for this week continues from last week. Obviously, we've got a lot of these individual mini series of the G.I. Joe characters coming out, and Destro is coming out this week. This looks really good. I'm pretty stoked for this. You get the next chapter of the Cobra threat begins here. I think
have they all been connecting pretty well?
I haven't read. I've only read the Cobra one, so I'm not 100% sure yet. Not until after I have to read a little bit. But Dan Waters is writing this one.
Good choice.
Yeah. So I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a good book. It's the man behind Mars Industry, the undisputed leader in providing high-tech weapons to world powers for the right price. But the emergence of Energon has changed everything. So as his ambitions grow, the Crimson Twins, Tomix and what is it? Axmont, Poli? I can't even just pronounce their names. But either way, I'm excited for this book. I think it's going to be a fun book That was a terrible read of the description because I obviously can't read right now because that's just the way
You've
it
had a
is.
long weekend. I get
I
it.
have had a
I
long
get it.
weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of driving this weekend. Traveled through 4 states, and yeah, a lot of travel. A lot of travel. The next pick that I picked out, obviously, this is a pick that I was surprised was not on Jeremy's picks this week. Godzilla Skate or Die. And
Yeah.
if I'm being honest, the main reason I did it is because I was like, oh, what a fun nod to the Skate or Die video game. It probably isn't, but that's what it reminded me of, the Nintendo game Skate or Die.
I'm excited for this for a lot of reasons. One, I love a book that is written and drawn by the same person. Like Catwoman
Okay.
Lost
Yep.
City was like written, drawn, and inked by the same person. This one is written and drawn by Louis Joyce, and their art style is, you can see on the cover, they're exaggerated. It's expressive, perfect for big monsters and for skating. And it looks like it involves skaters against cops and Godzilla versus Viren, who is not a monster used a lot. He's a flying monster, but like kind of in the flying squirrel way. I'm real pumped for this. It's a 4-issue mini. I'm excited. This looks goofy and dumb, and in a kind of a world that Godzilla doesn't get to hang out with, which is like a kind of a punk aesthetic. I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm ready for this.
And it's not just punk, it's Australian punk. So
yeah,
nice little twist on there, a nice little kicker.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, my final pick for this week is Plastic Death and Dolls. It looks really good. It's you learn how Edwin came to his first kill at 10 years old and how that set him on a blood-soaked path of decapitations, sparks and dolls on his way to finding one true love of his life, a sex doll named Virginia. And it's a miniseries premiere. I think the character must be from another another series. Because they in the description it kind of sounds like that. Like you should already know this character.
Okay. I'm down. Sounds like a fun premise.
Yeah, I like a good. Sometimes I like a good serial killer or crime. We all know Dan likes crime.
Yeah.
All right. Well, those are my picks for the week. So that's gonna do. No, I'm just kidding. All right, we're gonna continue going on. Your first pick. What's this about? This kind of looks fun. I like the art. It's kind of silly art.
Honestly, here's the thing. I found very little information on this. It's from a very small publisher. That publisher being Reptile House Comics with an X. They made Nosebleed, and Whiskey Cigarettes. And this is just. It just looks like a fun, goofy comic. And let me give a little explanation. Whenever I drive to a new city, I don't go just to the comic book shops. I look for zines. I look for weird little self-published books because I can get Batman anywhere. You know, if I'm going to St. Louis, I can get Batman anywhere. This is the weird stuff. This is why I love comics. And it just looks like a goofy little humor book about a weird little stinky dude named Plinky. And let's just go. I don't want any other information. Let this cool one of a kind visual medium tell me this weird little dude. Let's go, Shane. Yeah.
This is funny that you say that you like these really obscure comics, because I was in North Carolina visiting a friend last year, and he took me to this record store that sold toys, records, and comic books. And I found this comic it was called Dopehead Dan. Like they had like a whole box of just nothing but obscure, obviously adult comics, but they were super obscure, silly comics. And one of them was Dopehead Dan. And I was like, well, I'm not a dopehead, but I got to buy this.
Yeah. Like I think I've gone, like when I was in Louisville, I went to like a vinyl store, and I also went to a horror store, and there was just like this bunch of weird little vines that were just poetry and pictures on top of it. And I was like, let's Let's go. Let's see it. And those are my favorite memories. And this is going to be my new favorite memory, probably.
I like it. This is a fun one. I might have to, if my comic book shop gets it, I might have to take a peek through it. But I don't know if I'll buy it. But I wouldn't mind looking at it, checking it out. All right. And then your next pick. This is probably the one that you were guessing was more up my alley.
Yeah. I bet it was.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm like I said, I'm still very far behind on all my reading, obviously, but I'm really digging the Saturday morning cartoons comics. I think they're awesome. And I really like what they've been doing with the Turtles stuff.
Yeah, I've been seeing some cool stuff. They've been really playing with the format and playing with some, like, not just hitting your nostalgia button. And honestly, here's the thing. Usagi Yojimbo is a character I've been dying to get into, but I never know a good starting in point, because this is an indie character owned by one guy, and he goes across multiple publishing companies.
Mm-hmm.
And I never know a good place to read. He also ties into the Turtles a lot.
Yeah, because I think he has his own comic, too, coming out this week as well.
Yeah.
I saw it on the list, which we'll probably throw in those honorable mentions when we get to that section.
Yep.
But that's cool. I didn't know that about that character, that he just he's his own entity that jumps around.
He's in his own, but he's in the Turtle games. Like, he's in Shredder's Revenge. He's in...
I bet you the guy that created him is making bank on all this extra licensing he's getting.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then your final pick, obviously, it's Ultimate X-Men. Nobody saw that coming if they knew that it was coming out this week.
So good. Honestly, if you don't like superhero books, I recommend you read this book. It is still...
If you don't like superhero books, I recommend you read this book.
Honestly, yeah. Like, here's the thing. I love all comics. Like, I love all... You just saw my top 3 pick. I love all comics.
I know. Yeah. So you were all over the board on that. And I do too. Honestly,
yeah.
I like I said, I haven't been doing a lot of reading, but I'm off for a couple weeks as far as comedy goes. Like, I have some gigs locally, but I'm not like the last 3-4 weeks I've been traveling a lot. So I haven't had a lot of time. So
yeah,
I'm going to start staying in more and reading. So
but when
listeners, viewers, watchers, I will be getting caught up.
But like, when I try to get people into comics, this is what they think of. They think of superhero books.
Yep.
Like, I don't know if I like that stuff. And I go like, hey, that's cool. And so I try and find books for, like, my partner, Nicole. They don't like superhero. They like horror. They like very specific things. And I have to find stuff that's like, oh, well, what would they like? They would love this. They would love this.
Yep.
And
so absolutely. And that's what, like I said, that's great about comics. And I agree. That's why you see me gravitate more towards independent stuff, because it's not because I have I dislike superheroes or anything, because that's not the case. But I like the fact that with the independent stuff, you're getting a better selection, better variety, because that's the stuff that usually is for everybody. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, that's where your horror genre, your sci-fi genres and things like that usually are in those independent, and so, yeah, like you said, there's something for everybody. And that's what I love about comics right now.
Yeah.
Well, that's our final picks for the week, but let's talk about some honorable mentions, because there's a lot of fun stuff coming out this week. Ain't No Grave is coming out, number 2. I'm excited for that one. Of course, you got your Archie's Jumbo Comics Digest. There's some Batman and Robin. There's Batman, Robin, and Howard. Some Batman. There's a number 1 Batman coming out. Batman Gotham by Gaslight, the Kryptonian Age, number 1. That could be fun. Of course, over on Marvel, you got a lot of Blood Hunt stuff coming out.
A lot of Blood Hunt.
Continuing with that. We got some Blue Beetle. We've got
Fantastic Four this week.
Yep. You have another DC Pride Uncovered, number 1.
So, fair warning, if you're just like me, who was like, oh, I'm going to get that because I had Harley and Ivy. Those are just covers.
Oh, okay. They're not in it. Okay.
They're just covers.
Wow. That's a good way to... get money out of people.
Yep.
Yeah. You got Deadpool and Wolverine World War III number 2 coming out. That's probably one that, I think that's
probably going to sell
on my pull list anyway.
Yep.
Going through here. Yeah. Obviously there's some more Godzilla. You got the Skater die that we picked, but there's also Godzilla, Best of Space Godzilla.
Yep.
We got some Green Lantern, a couple Hate Revisited #1. I'm not sure what that is. It could be fun. High on Life #1. Into the Unbeing #1. So there's some fun. There's some #1s coming out this week, which you can really. That's a good time to jump in. One that was almost on my pick was this Lawful #1 by Boom Studios.
Yeah.
That looked a little fun.
That looked fun. That did look nice. I liked that.
There's a Mad #38 is coming out.
Yeah.
Well, Little Black Book. That's another series that I've been kind of. Well, I haven't been reading, but I've been collecting. Looking forward to reading that. You got My Hero Academia coming out. My Little Pony coming out. There's Outsiders. Got Red Hood. Remote Space #1. I didn't even see that. That looks like it could be fun by Image Comics.
That looks like
Rifters #1. Scarlet Witch #1.
Geiger #3 is coming out this week by Jeff Johns.
Yep.
Yeah.
Obviously you've got all your Star Wars stuff coming out. There's this, Amazing Spider-Man, Avengers, all kinds of good stuff, it looks like. So yeah, those are our picks. You let us know what you're looking forward to. You can do that. Oh, and of course, Usagi, the Crow #3. So so there's a lot of stuff coming out this week, and we'd like to hear what you want. We told you what we're excited about. You tell us what you're excited about. You can do that by sending us an email to panelpixpodcast@gmail.com. And do you check our email? Do you check it?
I do try, yeah.
You do? Okay, good.
Yeah.
It is being monitored. I'm just making sure.
I look at it.
Good. It is being monitored. So yeah, you can leave a comment below if you're watching this on YouTube, or you can tag us on social media @PanelPixPod. We'd love to hear what you're excited for. And we hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Sorry, it's a little shorter than usual, but just really busy. But next week we'll be back with a brand new episode that will be a full-length episode, which is only another 10 minutes from where we are now. You can find me online, Debub Comedy, on all the social media, debubcomedy.com.
Yep. You find me at Plum Jeremy on all the social medias.
All right. And that's going to do it for this week's episode of Panel Picks. Until next week, keep supporting your local comic book shops.
This has been a Tape Deck Media production. Thank you for listening.